you can do it, right? Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to welcome all of you to the June Walton Chamber Membership Luncheon. I'd like to thank our sponsor today, Precision Planning. I'd like to ask Jimmy Parker, Senior Vice President and past Chair of the Chamber Board, to come forward and give our invocation, followed by the pledge. Following the invocation and the pledge, Jimmy will tell us about Precision Planning, and then we'll introduce our program. Will you all please stand?
Thank you. Let's pray. Lord, we thank you for this beautiful day. I thank you for each of these great business leaders gathered here that work daily to make our community a better place to live and work, Lord. But today we're especially grateful for the leaders in our community, the mayors, commissioners, city councilmen, state and federal officials that give of their time and talents unselfishly to serve our cities, Walton County, the state of Georgia, and this great nation. We ask that you bless this food to nourish our bodies, and we dedicate our bodies to your service. In Jesus' name, amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. On behalf of Precision Planning, it's an honor to sponsor this meeting. We have been involved in the Chamber for close to 20 years, and I can't begin to tell you the benefits it's had for our company and contacts and networking throughout the community. Our firm provides full service engineering, architecture, surveying, and planning services. So if you or your business planning on an expansion or growth, feel free to give us a call. We would love to assist you. But today we're here for the State of the Cities address, and we are fortunate to have 5 of the great mayors and community leaders in our community here to speak to you. These gentlemen, and we'll just go in this order, I think it's in alphabetical order. We'll start with Mayor Jimmy Guthrie from the City of Good Hope, followed by Mayor Dan Curry from Loganville, Mayor Greg Thompson from the City of Monroe, Mayor Hal Dally from Social Circle, and Mayor Lamar Lee from the City of Walnut Grove. So Mayor Guthrie, welcome.
Good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to thank Terry and the Chamber for allowing us to spend a little time and give y'all a little bit of insight on what's going on in our cities. You know, it's kind of a sad day as we hear about the stuff that's unfolding in Virginia, and want to let those people know that our prayers and thoughts are out to them. With everything that's been going on in the City of Good Hope, we've got a lot of negative and bad publicity here recently concerning the Dollar General that's coming to the City of Good Hope. But putting that aside, we've got a lot of positive things that are happening. For instance, our finances are stable, and we continue to meet budget expectations on both revenue and expenses. This past year, our income was better by 8%, and we were 26% better on expenses. These numbers are extremely important to a small city with a limited budget like Good Hope has. The city has also just completed a long overdue revamp of our land development ordinances and our code of ordinances within the City of Good Hope. We did this with help from the Northeast Georgia Regional Development Commission, and it's been a long process. We started it, I guess, a little over 3 years ago now, and we finally got it passed at this last meeting we had. With the passage of this, we'll be able to post these documents on our website, and it'll have easy access for our citizens to look at them, and if they need any parts of them, be able to download them. We continue to be a hub for bike rides, and I know Randy Garrett is here today. I saw him earlier. I'll give him the credit for that. He started that back when he was mayor of Good Hope. This past year, we had the bike ride across Georgia, the Tony Sorrento Century Ride, the Teardrop Century Ride, Rescue One Century Ride, and all of them used our city park as staging and rest area. We also had our second annual Poppy Metric Century Ride, and that was in conjunction with our Poppy Festival. Our Poppy Festival this year, we moved it up a month, and it's going to be on Saturday, September 23rd. And I'll go back to Mayor Daly always says, come see us, have some fun, spend some money. So, y'all, we look forward to seeing y'all then. Last year's festival, when we're talking about the festival, was a great success. The city was able to donate over $5,000 that was split between the Walton County Veterans Memorial and the Moena Michael Poppy Project. The additions of the funds to the Poppy Project gave them enough money so that they could apply for a matching grant, and with that, they are able to build an all-terrain track chair for one of our veteran heroes. We were also able this past year to do individual resolutions for all of our veterans in the Good Hope area, not only in the city limits, but in the Good Hope area. And this was done on November 11th, 2016, which of course was Veterans Day. And this was just a small way that our small city could honor these local heroes. The next two things I've got on my list are really the closest things to my heart that's happened the past year. First is the addition of the four-way stop at the intersection of State Highway 83 and 186. This traffic change has not only slowed the traffic on Highway 83, it has also reduced the number of accidents that are happening or were happening at this intersection. The end results have made the intersection much safer, and it's a good deal for our citizens. And finally, the city used its SPLOST money to revamp our city park. We installed new state-of-the-art playground equipment, and this single addition has increased the number of children, of course, that are using our park. It has also increased the number of families that use our SPLOST-funded sidewalks, which now connect our city. And as I end up, I do need to report some sad news as I close. One of our Councilman Eddie Shepard, who is the owner of Premier Tree and Shrub, has turned in his resignation. He informed us that he wanted to devote more time to his family and business. And Eddie has been an integral part of our city council for the past 4.5 years. He was a driving force that brought a Firewise City certification to Good Hope, and has been a major player in our LDO and code updates, our Poppy Festival also. Eddie had just finished, and we looked at it at our last council meeting, a new tree ordinance that's going to be part of our Tree City program. And I want to thank him for his service and wish him the best of luck as he moves forward. And I had already put the finishing touches on my notes and everything, but late yesterday I got an email from Skip from Loganville, and a lot of you are probably on Skip's mailing list, so you might have got it too. But Skip sent out a list of quotes from Ronald Reagan, and I want to end up with one of them. If we ever forget that we're one nation under God, then we will be a nation gone under. And that's from Ronald Reagan. Thank you all very much for allowing me to speak today.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be at the chamber. It's fantastic lunch. Did you cook that? Did you prepare that?
No, sir. No, sir.
My favorite. We have potatoes. We've never had potato salad here before. Man, do you have anything? You did good. Anyway, you did good. Whoever. Okay. But thank you for allowing us to come out and speak here at the chamber. It's always good to be with our fellow mayors here in Walton County. Do we have anybody here today who either works, plays, lives, worships, whatever, in Loganville? Raise your hand if you do that. Good. Well, fair number of you. Good. Good to see you. Good to have you out with us today. But just want to introduce a few of our folks from Loganville. This is sort of what I guess one of the things I do each year when we come. We've got 100+ fantastic employees. It makes a great team, and I think that makes what makes Loganville unique to, I won't say to Walton County, but unique to Gwinnett County anyway. But let's say I know we have got our city manager here, Danny Roberts. If you would just maybe stand up. And of course, it may be clear by now he has two titles, one salary, and that will be changing over in a few weeks, just cutting it down to one title and still one salary. Also, Christy Peters. Christy's back there somewhere. She does an outstanding job for us with all the events and everything. And while we're recognizing her, I'm going to mention the events. We have got coming up Friday. We have got our morning mingle, and this has been a tremendous asset to our city. It pulls people together. And in Loganville, we do several things, few of which we do well, but one of which we preach a lot about buy local. We feel buy local is good because that helps to build better schools. It builds better infrastructure for our town and for our county. And we also preach stay connected. We want our people connected, and that's exactly what our morning mingle does. Friday evening we have there on the town green. We've got a concert coming up. We have Liquid Pleasure. I was kidding the other day something about a lot of the growth that we're having, and I'll list out some of the businesses that are coming into town in just a moment. But I was talking about I think we have currently 3 urgent care centers. We have 2 liquor stores, and we really intend for you to feel good one way or the other. There in Loganville. I personally don't drink, but for these other mayors who do, we encourage come to Loganville, and we'll have a good time in Loganville. But and somebody pointed out the fact that that's the reason we're having Liquid Pleasure in concert on Friday night. So I don't know about that, but that's Christy's bag. She's got a lot of stuff. And let me also mention, Christy has lined up, and this is a part of why Loganville is so great with all of its community involvement, but our fireworks. So we have a parade coming up on July the 1st. We have it on July the 1st, which is a Saturday. Therefore, our employees can have July the 4th off, and which I think that's on Tuesday, I believe. Is that correct? But the parade will start at 4:30 in the afternoon, and once the parade is finished, we'll have with the Stephen Lee Band in the field right next door to the American Legion. They'll start playing at 7 o'clock, and then at dusk we'll have our fireworks display. And we've got, I don't know, probably 8 or 10 different sponsors this year working on these events, but our number one, our key sponsor this year is Stuart Oberman with the Oberman Law Practice. And but it's just good to have our communities come together. Last year, I know we may not have a church this year, but last year's County Funny, we was trying to work out the sponsorships for our fireworks display last year. I had a church on one side of the table donating money, and I had a liquor store on the other side donating money. So I think, isn't it great when community can work together? But and other people we have with us this morning. Do we have Carl Morrow? Carl made it. Yes, Carl. Carl, he has been in the assistant fire chief position since February of this year, and he's proudly served the city of Loganville in the fire department since 1998. Thank you, Carl, for your service. Brandon Phillips. Brandon, he is a supervisor in our water quality control and water and wastewater collections. He's been with the city for 14 years. Angela Page. Angela, stand up, ladies. Y'all look good. These guys don't look all that good. But Angela, she came to Loganville in 2014. I think she lives here in the Monroe area, actually. And she is in our planning and development and as our occupational tax clerk. Janelle Capizano. Stand up, Janelle. She's been with the city since 2014. Actually, she was with the city, left, went to Colorado, came back in 2014, and is doing an outstanding job, and she is an administrative assistant there in City Hall. And she also is our, if in case we have to have an interpreter, she is our interpreter. Speaks very little English. That means that we get very few complaints. No, I'm only kidding about that now. But we too, like some of these, I'm sure all these other towns are going to say that we're all in great financial shape. We are. And we just recently, back in May, passed our budget, $11.6 million for the general fund. 51% of that will go to public safety. Our enterprise fund is $8.2 million. Loganville does continue to grow. We currently have a population of about 12,000 people, and that's changing all the time, obviously. Some numbers that I like to talk about is how the recession has sort of let its grip come off there in Loganville over the past few years. But if you go back to 2012, we only issued 14 residential building permits. In 2013, we issued 24. In 2014, 74. 15, we issued 141. And 16, 149. So far this year, up until yesterday, January 1 to yesterday, we've issued 86. And we're on tap to build about 600 more homes in the city of Loganville in the next 2 to 3 years. So we do have a lot of growth going on. Loganville is highly sought after in the Atlanta market. And a lot of this is because of we have excellent schools. We have excellent schools. We're rated as a very safe city, of a city of our size. So people like to come to that type of environment. And also, I may have failed to mention the fact that Loganville High School just recently became the state 5A baseball champion. So let's give those guys a big round of applause. I think for those of you who are in real estate, you know that real estate does sell very quickly in our area, probably throughout the county as far as that goes. But I know in Loganville, sometimes we've heard stories of houses going on the market in the morning and being sold by that afternoon. That don't happen every day, but it has happened. But it does happen just within a few days in many cases. As I said earlier, we do have businesses coming into town. Barbaritos had recently opened. Smoothie King, Duke's Produce and Nursery soon will be opening. Great Harvest Bakery is up and running now, doing a fantastic job. City Electric Service will soon be opening. Panera Bread has broken ground, as has Hobby Lobby. Princeton Dental, we had a ribbon cutting there just last week. And Smart Store, they too are building their, or soon will be building their facility there in Loganville for additional, I think that's climate control storage. City Hall, we are in the process of renovating the old elementary school that we purchased back in September of last year. And Danny keeps telling me that we're actually moving about the middle of July. And but yesterday I saw several trucks loaded and coming out of the old city hall going to the new city hall. I think he's trying to move without me knowing it, so I don't know where to go. But he tries to hide from me every now and then. But we are moving, and we into much needed space. And what we hope to do over the next few years is to bring a lot of the entities of city government under one roof. And I tell people that I know it's sort of an oxymoron to say we want to have a more efficient government. That's kind of a unique saying, isn't it? Typically, government's not that efficient, right? That's right. You agree? I agree. Good. Okay. But that's what we're hoping to do. If you come to the city, if you have a problem or have a question, you'll be able to just go right down the hall and get all your questions answered. We have also purchased in the last couple of years, we purchased the equivalent of 2 city blocks right there on Main Street. We've also purchased a strip down Pecan Street, just off Main. And of course, we're now talking with redevelopers about coming into the city and developing that property, bringing in perhaps loft-type housing, maybe other residential housing as well, retail, boutiques, shops. We'd like to have a nice restaurant there overlooking the green with a rooftop lounge on top of that. So we are making changes there in the city. Of course, as a growing city, we're having to improve our infrastructure. So we do have a lot of work going on, such as paving and we've in the process, and it's going to take a few more years to complete this. But we're working on the expansion of our plant, of our sewage treatment plant. And just when it's completed, we'll have a capacity of about 5 million gallons per day. A lot of things going on in Loganville. We're very proud of it. And we're just proud to be a part of Walton County. We find it an honor to work with all the mayors that are seated here. We've got 2 others that are not with us today. It's good to work with our county and state officials, federal officials, and we find it an honor. We certainly appreciate that. And anybody have any questions about Loganville? Okay, that's it. Well, thank you so much. Y'all have a blessed day.
I look forward to this time every year, and just want to thank you, Dan. You did leave me a couple of minutes for my speech. For everybody from Loganville that did come to hear Dan speak, he'll be out front to give you your check when you leave. I just want to thank you for the honor of allowing me to deliver the 2017 State of the City Address. I also want to thank the Chamber for hosting this event. It's always a good event. It's always a pleasure to have the opportunity to proudly share some of the accomplishments the City of Monroe has had over the past year, and to share the news of the current year. Thanks to the dedicated staff, the local businesses, and elected officials who work tirelessly to ensure the City of Monroe remains successful. I'd like to share some of our accomplishments for you this past year. Over the last year, our code department permitted the construction of Panera Bread on West Spring Street. It issued a certificate of occupancy to the Ridgeview Behavioral Health Center. It's a large new employer and a major addition to our regional healthcare community. It facilitated the expansion of the addition on the Clearview medical office buildings, and facilitated the major expansions on Minerva and Hitachi. We permitted 13 homes to build in the retreat at Mill Creek. We had 2 homes in St. Ives, 7 homes in Highland Creek, and 3 homes in Clubside Estates. In total, we've seen 29 new homes permitted in the city since the beginning of last year. I'm excited about that too. I know it seems like a low number, but all of these homes have a price of over $300,000. So we're pretty proud about that. And there's also been a lot of work in rehab in our historical homes in town this year. Our electric and telecom department continues to upgrade our city electric system for safety and efficiency. As a result, we had a record low number of power outages last year. They're deploying an innovative wireless internet service for underserved areas in our county, and they're piloting a new fiber to the point program for delivering the fastest business internet possible, and we're rolling out to our downtown area first. Our water and sewer and gas department received a community development block grant for sewer rehab on 5th and 6th Street areas, and is working on the expansion plans with many new commercial and residential products. Our fire and police departments, they're very high caliber agencies providing incredible public safety to our city. Last year, our fire department had an ISO audit and review, and we maintained our Class 3 rating. Also, our Monroe firefighters received 18 national certificates. We also created a new city fire marshal office to work with our code department to help ensure that all of our structures that folks move into and are working in remain safe throughout the city. Our solid waste department had noticeable accomplishments in 2016 as well. Our solid waste revenues have continued to create a surplus for the 3rd year in a row, as yet another sign of our continued economic growth and stability in our city. Through our Streets and Transportation Department, we have just completed engineering and right-of-way acquisition for a long-awaited North Broad LCI street enhancement program from Marable Street all the way to the Highway 78 bridge. Construction was slated to begin in 2018. Also, we have just completed engineering and right-of-way acquisitions to install over 1.5 miles of sidewalk along West Spring Street from close to our downtown area to the Paradise Shopping Center, which houses Tokyo and Shane's Rib Shack. We completed the Church Street sidewalk rehab and extension project. All of these projects will have a great impact on the walkability in the city of Monroe. Monroe also continues to be fiscally responsible, receiving 3 awards for excellence in financial reporting from the Government Finance Officers Association for budget and audit reporting. Monroe is in our 2nd year in participation of the Georgia Initiatives for Community Housing program, which is helping us develop a long-term plan for our housing revitalization and growth. We've been awarded a $300,000 CHIP grant to rehab owner-occupied homes of low to moderate income citizens, and we'll begin our first 3 homes this summer. The city is also in the process of conducting a citywide housing assessment to guide our planning. The University of Georgia and also Walton County students have been partnering in an effort in collecting that data, and so far we have close to 1,500 homes that have the data recorded. This data will help better address the housing needs in the city of Monroe. In addition to the services we provide our citizens, the city also coordinates community events every year. In 2016, we had 50 events that brought more than 41,000 people to the downtown area, and over 1,000 volunteer hours made these events possible. We're able to have such great events like the summer concerts, the farmers market, fall fest, candlelight shopping, and our Christmas parade because of donations from more than 65 different individuals and businesses in Monroe. We've also added new events to the calendar this year, such as our outdoor farm-to-table dinner held in April. And this event raised money for our farmers market and also for a business grant program. In 2016, there was over $616,000 in private and public investments in the downtown projects and renovations. 17 new downtown businesses created 38 new jobs. We can already tell that our growth in 2017 will surpass this. Monroe Downtown also won 2 state awards for excellence in the Georgia Downtown Association in 2016. We've also unveiled our new mobile app called 311, where citizens can easily use this instantly on their cell phone to report issues, which goes to the appropriate city department, giving us even a higher level of citizen engagement and responsiveness. Thanks to the hours of hard work from our staff and local officials, the city of Monroe continues to grow and prosper. It's wonderful to be in a place where people are proud to call home. So thank you for investing in our community.
Good afternoon. Welcome from the City of Social Circle, your southern gateway. Start on a little somber note. Our hearts go out to the victims. There was a shooting in Social Circle, first homicide in over a decade, and 2 families are suffering right now for the loss of those people. And we've got the congressman in Virginia. There's just too much of this going on, but we do have an alert police department. Works in cooperation with the Sheriff's Department and making great strides. Last year, Social Circle was ranked 25th safest city in the state of Georgia. I know that this homicide will impact that number, but they caught them within 24 hours, and we'll move forward from that and enhance that service. Social Circle is growing. We got some numbers last month. We're the 2nd fastest growing city in Walton County, right behind Loganville. We grew from 2010 to 2017, 5%. We're over 4,600 people now. We're in the process of our budgeting. We have a $12 million budget that we're in line to approve in late June. All of the numbers are going back up on assessments, which some people like that, some people don't, depending on whether you're selling or paying taxes. But it's a sign that we're in a positive growth mode, that we're moving forward and the recession is behind us. Social Circle is also a part of a mega site in partnership with Walton County and Newton County on our southwest border. We also have one entirely in Walton County and Social Circle that's on our southeastern border across from Shire. This one's been put together by Shane Short, and we appreciate the work he's done here. He has been a positive addition to the economic development of Walton County, and I want to thank him for his participation in everything that he does. That new mega site, you may or may not be aware of it, is across the expressway from Shire, almost 1,000 acres. It has access to all utilities, expressway access, and rail going in there. And we don't know what we'll get or when we'll get it, but we know we're going to get something, and it'll be accretive to everybody in Walton County, providing jobs and all of those things that come with it. But we may be drinking from a fire hose when it happens. But we've been working on that. In Social Circle, we've been working on our infrastructure, water, sewer, upgrading the systems, modifying, replacing pipes, trying to get ready for what's happened. We've done the same thing with our ordinances on land use, future land use planning, zoning ordinance, and code enforcement. We're trying to make sure that we can maintain our historic downtown, be the city that a lot of people move to Social Circle for, and at the same time provide economic growth, industrial opportunity, and jobs for the entire region. We've got a unique opportunity in this area to do things that can't do in many parts of the state. We can partner with Walton County. Walton County is partnered with Oconee County on the reservoir. We can partner with Newton County Water and Sewer Authority and start building a regional system where we have water resources, wastewater resources, natural gas, electric service, and provide those things. And really what industry wants to see, they want to see more than one city. They want to see more than one county partnering together to create a positive business atmosphere so we can all grow and prosper together. And we've done that. If you look around this county and in Newton County, and I don't have as much direct input with Oconee County, but it's obvious with their partnership on the reservoir, they want to be part of this too, that we can create something special. When you start looking at the development patterns out from Atlanta, 75 and 85 have become clogged. They are full of development, full of industry. So we're a natural progression coming out from Atlanta. We're close access to the airport. That area out on I-20 at Social Circle is equidistant from the Charleston and Savannah harbors. It's an ideal location to put business in. We're on the rail line. We have those things. We have those pieces. We have the workforce. Half of the state's population lives within 45 minutes of where we're standing. So we can do those things to make this a great community, but we all need to plan. All of these cities here have done the same thing, in the county too, to plan to make sure that we handle things the right way, do the right things, and build a community that we can stay in, and our children can stay in, have a job, have a life, and have the quality of life that we want. Thank you, and I appreciate the chamber allowing us to speak today. I'll tell you a couple things. We're all doing stuff with SPLOST money. We dedicated our second fire station. We're up for an ISO rating. We'll probably go to a 3. We're 4 right now. Somebody said we might go to a 2, but I think that'll be wishful thinking at this point. We've got to get some more infrastructure in place for that. But ISO rating, and Greg didn't mention what it does, but the lower your rating, the lower your insurance policy for everything you've got that's structured on property. So it's very important to industry and homeowners what we do there. Has anybody got any questions about Social Circle? We're opening businesses too. Come spend some money. Thank you.
Well, a little while ago we here, but that's about it. It won't take me just a minute to tell you what's going on down there. We got some new businesses coming in, got some new manufacturing coming. We've got, the county has broke ground on a new fire station and EMS station. We got, our new sewer system is up and complete and running. That's gonna bring in some new businesses. We got a new Walton Dollar General. And on the DOT side, we got, I understand they're gonna make a little facelift on our little town down there at the intersections of 138 and 81 on the intersections there, gonna widen everything there. And then they're gonna put a roundabout at our new city hall at the Parkway. Will be a roundabout there on 81. Other than that, that's about all we got going on down there. So as you come through, just blow the horn, we'll be there. Thank y'all.
Finally, I want to thank all the mayors for coming to speak. I want to thank everybody for being here today. And I'd like to ask Jenny Givens, Chair-elect, and also the person who fills in every time I'm not here, the Chair of the Business Council, to come and give our June Member of the Month.
I had a missed call from him this morning and I got a little irritated, so I'm glad he's here. It's an honor every month to introduce our Member of the Month. I think this is a great thing that the Chamber does. And to give you the criteria, the Member of the Month must be a member, obviously, of Walton County Chamber of Commerce, have been in existence for at least 2 years, project a positive image, and donate resources to the community. The Member of the Month award winner is selected by the Business Council, and nominations are made by the membership. So as a reminder, please send in those nominations. This month's Member of the Month is very vocal and seen in the community. An employee of this company is a Leadership Walton graduate, and another is involved in Loganville, Kiwanis, and serves as a Chamber Ambassador. They are very involved in Walton County activities and events, offering free items to the community. They are always there to cover our community luncheon programs, city council meetings, county commission meetings, and other community events and festivals. Their mission is to be the eyes, ears, and voice of the community. And this month we are recognizing your local news as our June Member of the Month. Sharon and Melanie. Are they here? There we go. Would you like to?
Congratulations, Sharon. I think we do have 3 or 4 new members here today, so I can't remember how many Carrie told me, but if you'll stand and give us your name and company name so everybody will know who you are and give you a welcome.
I'm Jackie Fowler. I'm from the greatest little small town, Social Circle. I love my town and I love my chamber. This is my 3rd go-around with you. Thank
Yep.
you.
Tell us your new venture real quick.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
It's the White Rabbit. We're going to carry hair metal, makeup, spa, and home decor.
Could y'all hear her? Okay, the White Rabbit will carry makeup, home decor, and a small spa. Okay? And she has business cards. Okay, next.
I'm Jason Hill with Still Lumber Company in Conyers, Georgia.
Hello, I'm Melissa Stout with Mary Bell Assisted Living. We've been in Oxford for over 20 years and very happy to be here.
We're good. Okay, welcome to all y'all. I did see several of the interns through Grace Monroe Church here today, and so I will start by introducing our intern, Hannah, if you'll stand. So if y'all, I'll just have each one of you stand just so when folks see you out and about in the community, they'll know who you are. So if you'll give us what school you're attending and where you're working this summer, that would be great.
Hey everyone, I go to the University of Georgia. I'm fixing to graduate next year, and I'm working with the Chamber.
Hi, my name is Justin Patterson. I attend Berry College and I'm from the Short. Hi, I'm Chris Burns here from UGA. I'm working with the city Hey y'all, I'm Chris Meady. I'm also from UGA and I'm also working with the city
Is that all? Is that all of them I saw? I knew I saw some walking around. Okay, your announcements are on the back of the program. Just want to remind y'all of the referral groups that we have that meet on the 2nd and 4th, Tuesday or Thursday. If you're not part of one of those, you can check with Carrie to see if your category of business is available in either group, and then I would recommend you visit both. Remind you of the member referral program. If you know of a non-member company and would like to give their information to Carrie to call if they join, and you get $25 member credit on your account. And then we don't have a chamber lunch in July or Coffee and Connections because it falls right by the 4th. We don't think y'all will be there. So, so July the 10th, we will have 10 on the 10th, location to be announced. Check Facebook and the e-news for that. And then August 2nd, Coffee and Connections, August 9th, back out here for chamber lunch. Thank you to the mayors. Appreciate all y'all being here today and for all you do for your cities and for the county. And thank you to Jimmy. He always tries to get away, but we keep bringing you back. Our past chairs try to run, and we keep bringing them back. So we appreciate you being here. And I think he introduced Natalie, but Natalie's out here, and she's involved with our golf tournament committee, and we appreciate all that she does for the chamber also. And we do have some door prizes. So the city of Loganville brought a couple things, and Jimmy's got some stuff. So we will draw for those now.
Maybe you want to come up, give away the Loganville bling here.
Where is Christy? She should be.
She just handed them off.
She just handed them off? I can do it. Well, you want me to draw too? Yeah. It's a lot of work.
That was
Let's see.
thinking.
Who is this? Accolades. Whitney Wood. Come on
There you
down.
go.
Yes. So she has her complete choice or just a choice? Just Loganville?
Maybe whatever.
You want the t-shirt or the cooler?
T-shirt. This is groovy on the green.
I'll take the shirt.
You like that?
Okay.
Be there Friday night, 7:30. And again, I'll look the other way this time. Okay. This is Social Circle, the Center for Advanced Rehab, Nika Hodge. Nika?
There she is. She's coming.
All right.
Thank y'all.
Come on down. We have a choice of cooler. Thank you so much. Use that. You can bring that to a concert. See you Friday night. Okay?
All right, we have a beautiful Precision Planning logo with a Yeti cup taped to the back of it. You can throw away the cup, it's up to you. And a cap, your choice of a cap. Sherry Maddox. That's a hot table back there in the corner.
It is.
A cap? I got another coffee cup and a cap to Mindy Maynard, Remax Realty.
She left.
Did she? Uh-oh. Womp, womp, womp. Larry Whitten, Southern Tradition.
Look, they're all back there in the back of the room.
Your choice of a hat. We've got a Leatherman multi-tool to Amanda Luciana with Liberty First Bank. And then one extra hat for Dina Huff, Family Connection. You still here?
You can give it to Brad.
Dina Parker Huff.
Great.
You look great now.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank y'all all for being here. If you do any traveling this summer, be safe. And remember, if you do any shopping, buy local. Thank y'all.